Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So now what we're going to be focusing on is the HCNA Huawei Certified Network Associate, right? So we are going through the steps on downloading the eNSP, which is a Huawei network simulation tool, which is similar to Packet Tracer, similar to your GNS3, similar to Eve, which are all the network simulation tools. It's just that the GNS3 it include all of the vendors that you can think of, right? And then eNSP it is um, only takes the Huawei devices, same similar with the Packet Tracer that is only the Cisco devices. But if you want the one that will include all of the vendors, so you can go for GNS3 and then Eve, and then you download the iOS for that relevant vendor. But for now, so I just wanted to take you through the learning portal of Huawei, so where you can what are the steps and then which certification can you start with. As you can see here, I have the certification roadmap for Huawei. Here is the cloud service and platform. So if you want to learn about Internet of Things, and then cloud, big data, AI, all of that, and then up to the level of which is the HCIE, which is the Huawei certified ICT expert, right? The HCIE, that means you're an expert in that field. Huawei certified ICT professional, Huawei certified ICT associate. So associate, this is the first level. So the Huawei certification is broken down into different groups, right? Like as you can see here now, down here we have, if you're interested in datacom, you can pursue this. So there's gonna be like an HCNA of the datacom, ACIP, and then ACIE, similar with the routing and switching. You start with your ACNA, which is like the first, like the introduction to the networking of Cisco devices, understanding the Cisco devices, and then you move to ACIP, and then until you are on the ACIE, which you are the expert in that field. So as you can see, we have routing and switching, security, SDN, storage, WLAN, transmission, 5G, intelligent vision. So you can pursue or can start learning these fields, and then until you become the ACIE in this specific field, right? So this is Huawei platform learning portal where you can get all the information about Huawei. So you can just type in e.huawei.com, and then it will take you to a part whereby allow you to choose certification path, and then you can choose that certification path. And then on this side now, I want to focus on the routing and switching part, right? There is the routing switching, and then you can see there is the associate ACIA, which is the entry level for the routing and switching. Let's see, and then there is the exam number, which is H12 to 11, ACIA routing and switching, and then you can see the version number is V2.5. The new version is recommended, version description none, right? So that is the new version, which is the 2.5. And then if you want to learn here the topics that are covered within the certification, and then you can go through all of those. Let's say now you want the exam outline, right? Exam objectives, then you can download the exam objectives here. Let me download them and then just hold them in on my desktop. Okay, let me leave it there and then download it. So you can see how it's broken down. So you need to understand the IP network principles, right? I'm sure that they're talking about the TCP, the UDP, the app, all of those ICMP protocols, and then the LAN technologies you have to understand. And then you get like 24% allocated for LAN technologies, and then one technology is 5% is allocated to that, and then routing technology is 21%, network security 5%, network management 5%, IPv6. You can see now you need to understand your IPv6 now is 25%. So you really need to understand the IPv6. And then MPLS and segment routing, you can see there's 3%. So I just want us to go through the exam outline or the exam objectives. Let me see docs. I think I stored it on my docs there, and then must it is right, HCNA V2.5. So there it is, right? So duration 90 minutes, and then pass score is 600. So that means at least you must get like 60%, right? And then there is the pass mark. Okay. So Ethernet and IP-based data forwarding, that's what you need to know. TCP/IP network protocols and data encapsulation, VRP commands for basic navigation and configuration. So VRP, this is like the software for Huawei, so you need to understand all of the commands that we use on the VRP platform, on the software, on this Huawei platform, right? And then LAN switching operations, IPv6, all of that information you need to know. And then the other thing that you need is this HCIA routing and switching. When I wrote this exam, it was called HCNA, which was the Huawei Certified Network Associate, but now it is Huawei Certified ICT Associate. And then, as you can see, so you need this material, which is uh, the lab guide, and then there's the material, right, like the learner manual. And then recommended training, HCIA routing and switching 2.5 version. So we want to go through that. So that is the HCNA. So if you are really interested in taking the HCNA, here is the exam objective, and then this way you can find more information about this. I think I have the material. Let me check on my side if I have the material for Huawei. So let me check here. There's the HCNA. As you can see, I have the material here. There's the material. Let me go through the material. So all of the steps, if you want to go through this step, so they are the steps, like the IP addressing binary versus what was that, binary versus decimal conversion. All that information is found in here. So basically that is the HCNA, right? Like that's what you need to know. Let me show you, like, now where can we download the eNSP, which is the network, the Huawei network simulator tool. Let me see if I can be able to find it. Exam outline, eNSP. Let me try to download it. Let's just say eNSP 2.5 course. I don't want the outline. I want the demo for operations. I don't want the demo. Okay, so if you don't, since we can't find it here, what we can do is I can, if you want, you can comment on my under my video here, and then I can upload the video for you. I can upload the software so you can download it, right? So I can do that for you and then upload it under my under this video, and then you can get the link to the software. Risk operation email verification is required for normal access. Okay, so now I have to uh, verify that. Okay, I don't need to for now. So let me quickly show you the eNSP software. I think I do have it installed already on my system. There is it, right? Just wanna take a quick tour so and see how it looks like. Okay, so there is switching on. So the requirements for running this software, most of the time, I think, for in order for you to run all of the devices that are inside the eNSP, you need to have like at least a minimum of 6 gig of RAM, right? Like you need like some higher RAMs, and then the higher processing power, so that you can be able to run all of the devices. Because there are some devices, if your RAM is quite low, then you won't be able to switch them on, right? So let me quickly do this. So if you want like to start your new topology, you click on this part. As you can see, once I hover on it, it says new topology, and then when I move to this one, it says new paper project, but I want the new topology, right? I want to start a new topology. So let me say, and then if you want to add devices, you can see here, if I click there, it shows me all of the routers. By default, it's gonna be the routers. As you know that all of the routers, they have like their numbers, right? We have the AR201, AR 1220, AR 122220. So these are all of the different routers that are gonna be that are available for you to use on this eNSP software, right? And then if you want to add one, you can just click on it, right? And then just let it there, leave it there on the packet tracer. Sorry, on the eNSP platform. I'm used to packet tracer, so now we're using eNSP, not packet tracer. All right. And then if you want a desktop, there are the different types of desktop or end devices. If you want end devices, just click there. As you can see, I have the PC. I have my PC there. I can add another PC. I can add these different servers. There's server one there, and then this is the firewall is blocking something. Let me is blocking the eNSP, some of the programs of the eNSP. So you can click allow so that the eNSP can run also in the background and then access different resources there. All right, client and then STA. And then now if I want to plug, let's say this computer to that computer, I want to put a cable there. There's the cable, right? We have all those different cables. So if you're coming from Packet Tracer, now you know that this lightning icon, it shows you that there are cables under there, right? So if you click on it, it shows you different types of cables. We have the copper, we have the POS, we have the ATM, we have the CTL, we have the E1, right? So serial cable, there it is. And then if you want auto, this is the part whereby it decides for you which one is the perfect cable to connect the two devices that you're connecting to. We have the similar thing in Packet Tracer. So if you're coming from Packet Tracer to NSP, it will be easy for you how to understand how to add these devices because the concept is still the same. And then plug it there, you plug it there. And then if I want to plug that one there because it's auto, there, you can plug it there, you see there. So all of those devices are plugged, right? So when you want to switch on, let's say I want to switch all of these devices at once, so I can just highlight that and then start devices, right? I'm switching on the devices. So by default they are off, right? So you have to switch them on. Unlike Packet Tracer, they are already on, right? And then GNS3, yes, some of them you have to do the same thing. You have to switch on the devices, right? Say allow. So allow. Okay, it's fine there. And then as you can see now, let me see if I can. There is the cloud device. If you want to add the cloud, if you want to add the hub, you can do that. The switch is there. Let me see any wireless devices. There is the AP. There is the AP. Access control. There, access control. 605. And then let me see what I have there. USG. This must be the firewalls, right? Then you have all the devices are there. Okay, so now how do we assign IP addresses to these devices? So you can just click on the device. I click on the device and then I want to assign it an IP address. So first we start with the host name. Let's say it's PC2, right? There it is. And then I move to, sorry, it's PC2. Let me just delete what I added there. And then IP address, maybe let's say it's a 192.168.10.1, right? And then subnet mask 255.255.255.0. And then gateway, I don't need a gateway for now. So the gateway part will be like the IP address of the router, right? And then PC1 here. And then let's say PC1 and then 192.168.10. Let's make it a 2.2 and then 255.255.255.0. That's the subnet mask. So for these devices to be able to communicate, they must all be on the same subnet, right? As you can see, they are all a 192.168.10, and then there is IP address, same subnet. So let me say apply. Oh, apply. Oh, by the way, you have to apply on all these devices. So on the other one, I forgot to click apply. So that means it didn't take that password. For example, the thing is with this one, with the eNSP, the difference is that now you have to click apply so that it can take the IP address and then apply it to the system, right? Unlike when we are on a packet tracer, you just type in the IP address and then you close that window. Just know that the IP address is assigned to that device. In order for this IP address to be assigned to this device, we need to click apply, and then yes, it's applied now. So this one is a .1, this one is a .2, right? So now let's say I want to listen to this. The cool part is that we have like the we have this tool added in. Let me just quickly show you. You can do what we call a capture, right? Start data capture. You can capture the data, like the communication that is happening behind scenes, right? So we use the Wireshark to monitor or to listen on that line. So I'm just going to quickly use Wireshark just to listen to the conversation as the two devices are communicating, right? So can you remind me later? For now, I'm busy. I'll update it. So there it is. Let me quickly So now Wireshark is on, meaning that it will listen. So what I want to do is when we want to test connectivity between two devices, what we normally do is you go to the command line interface of this device, right? So and then go to command prompt and then use the ping command to test connectivity between two devices 192.168.10.2. That's a 2, right? Let me say let me check which one is a 2 first. Let me confirm. Okay, yes, it's a 2, so I'm correct. Yeah, so let me ping that. And then this conversation, so here is the layer 2 conversation, or the layer 2 rule is that before these two computers start communicating, they have to know each other's layer 2 layer 2 address, right, which is the MAC address. So now I want to show you what happens behind the scene on the background of this, right? So let me check, let me open Wireshark. So since it captured the information or the data, all right, so there it is, right? So the first message was a broadcast message, which is a protocol app address resolution protocol. So it says 60 WhereS 192.168.10.2. So as I was running the ping command there, the devices were looking for each other, right? So that device that I was in, it was pinging, it asked around on that network to say, okay, who is this IP address? Tell so and so, which is 10.1, and then it says there is a reply coming from 60 days reply coming from 10.2 is 8. So 10.2 replies with his own MAC address so that these guys can start communicating and then sharing information. So that's what happens behind the scene, right? So we have an inbuilt Wireshark within this, and then also Packet Tracer has it, GNS3 has it, and all those things. So that's the cool part of the eNSP. And then some people say eNSP is stable than the Packet Tracer, right? So they prefer using the Packet Tracer. So now you know how to run this system. So let's say now I want to delete this server from my network. So I can just click on it, and then there is an X there which says delete, and then I confirm, yes, delete the device. As you know that also on Packet Tracer we have capability of deleting the devices. And then if I want to add the text, we know that we have the same options in Packet Tracer. Let's say I want to write down what network these guys are on, which is a 10.0/24. So you can also write down that information there, as you can see. And then also if you want to show the port numbers, right, which port is this interface plugged into, right? So you can show this. So as you can see, once I move it to that part, it shows me. But what if now you want the interface to be always displayed? So show interfaces. So if you want it to be always displayed, you can click on that part, and then it automatically displays that. And then we have these open all command. So all command line interface. So I've opened the command line interface for all of the devices that are connected now. You see, this is router 1, router 2, and all that information, right? So again, let me see if on Packet Tracer we typed in enable, right? So this part, I'm not sure what command to type in. We said on all the command line interfaces, if you type a question mark, it will display the options that you have, the commands that you can use to run that particular system, right? So now we say we're looking for that. Let's check, go through it. As you can see here, it says there is nothing. There's telnet there, there's trace route, there's all that information. So you can use the question mark to check, okay, which command do you have to use in order for you to run this system, right? So there is the information about the eNSP. So we're going to come back now and then type in all that information. But for now, what I wanted to show you is how to connect these. And then let's see what we have, like delete all lines. If you want to delete all lines, and where is that part that you want to highlight? Let's say you want to highlight a certain area in your network, right? You can also do like stop a device. You're switching off a device there. We also have his on Packet Tracer there. Okay, we have undo and then redo. If you want to save this, you can save it there. I forgot where to find the important part, man. Okay, throwing palette. This is the throwing palette, right? Let's say there I go. And then what color do I want? Fill color. There. Blue. I want green. Can change color. and say okay. So these are the similar tools that we have. So I can just do that, and then we have your network there. So you can all these things that we have in Packet Tracer, they are also available this side. Let me see what we have. Capture data. I have captured data using the Wireshark this side. So okay guys, thank you.